If ever I had a video, would you dance in it? Would you dance in it? In it? Oh, sunshine, you are my sunshine. Let it in, let it in. Oh, sunshine, you are my sunshine. Let it in, let it in.
What's up, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of the Woo Child Chronicles podcast. It's your girl, Cubana Kiss, and I got new faces, old faces. I got my crew with me. So first, what's up, Broc?
What is going on? Thank you so much for having me back. It's always a pleasure. I'm ready to kick off 2023. I just know this year's going to be not as traumatizing as the last couple of years. So we about to get into it. So
not traumatizing.
Yeah, they was traumatizing.
Period. And an old face, but a new face, because she's a permanent co-host on the podcast. We got Miss Kia Red. What's up, gang?
Hey, Happy New Year to y'all. It's Capricorn season.
Yo.
Had to throw that in.
Okay, and then and I got a new face to y'all, but one of my longtime friends, Mr. Dewan Martin. What's up, boo?
Yo, what's going on, everybody? How y'all living?
Yes, I am so excited. This is a great group. We are missing Playboy, but it's because of his birthday. So happy birthday to Playboy. This show was full of Capricorns. We got Miss Kia Red birthday coming up. We got Mr. Broc James birthday coming up. So happy birthday to y'all, because I hope y'all enjoy it. That's what's up.
Thank you. Capricorn season. Turn up.
Right. I've been around so many more Capricorns lately too. It's just we just out here.
Yeah, me too. It's been sick, actually.
But yes, okay, so just to give our listeners, just a slight recap of who you are. I'm gonna start with Dewan. Tell people who you are, what you do, what you represent, all that good stuff.
So I am Dewan Martin, like it say on the thing. Hold on, I'm Dewan Martin. I am the founder and CEO of the Black Culture Reserve, and it started as me. I'm like, I'm gonna showcase a black-owned business. It was around the George Floyd incident. I'm like, I'm gonna showcase a black-owned business, one business a day for the month of February. Then February had only 28 days, and I'm slightly a jerk. So I'm like, I'm gonna just steal some days from March and make it Black History Month. And so, I did that, and I was just like, I might as well keep going. You know what I'm saying? And so I just kept it going. We started doing podcasts, pop-up shops, toy drives for Christmas and Thanksgiving food drives and turkey drives. So we just been doing some great work in the city of Chicago and the suburbs, and we just kicking it. I'm excited to be here. I love working with people. I love talking to people. I'm a fool, so I'm excited to see where this is about to go. I hope y'all ready.
Let's go. I love Dewan so much. I've known him for few years. I'll tell y'all that story is hilarious how we met. That's just my life. I meet people in the funniest ways. But before we get into that, Miss Kia Red, tell the people who you are, girl.
Oh, I didn't want this part. CEO of No Sweat by K. I started that business. It's a tie-dye business. Hold on, let me show y'all the drip.
So let me show you how to drip. Her.
It's a little fit.
All right.
It's a whole little situation. Okay.
I tie-dye sweatsuits and t-shirts. I started No Sweat in honor of my dad because he always wanted to start a business. Even though he was a griller, so he did barbecues and all that type of stuff. Like, he was a grill master. But he wanted to open up a restaurant, and for some reason, I don't remember the reason, but he wanted to call it No Sweat. And so his name was Kenneth, so that's where I came from, No Sweat by K, because, I go by Kia, and his name was Kenneth, so that's just where that name came from. So,
yes. And even though people know exactly who you are, Brock, let's tell them again. Give them a recap of who you is.
What's going on? My name is Brock. You can find me on all social media at Who Broc James, a little play off of Who Mike Jones. I currently work in raves, actually. So if you were like an EDM raver, I go to these raves and I question people about where they at, and I mean if they can even answer, because you know sometimes that shit gets crazy. So doing that, I'm not a CEO of anything, but you know I'm just out here rocking it. So yeah,
you're the CEO,
you're the CEO of Broc James.
Yeah,
fuck? I love how we all corrected you at the same damn time. We was like, you are a fucking CEO.
Right.
That's what you
are.
are.
Iffy, so yeah.
I fucking love y'all so much. This is going to be a great year, a great season. I'm excited for the Woo Chat Chronicles podcast. I feel like we needed just a tad bit more personality and different people, different genres of life. So I'm definitely happy to have all of you on. And so before we get into it, y'all know I like to do what's in your cup. Brock, you got a cup today?
I'm going right here.
Mimosa. Let's go. So me and Brock got mimosas.
You said brunch time. Cheers.
So I got a Pepsi.
Yeah, the Pepsi. I just left church. I was in the glory. I can't.
You said you was in the glory.
I was in
you
the
want
glory.
to be sat down? Don't let them sit you down. I ain't gonna let you get in trouble on Sunday. Miss Kia Red, what's in your cup?
I wasn't in the glory. I would have had something.
This is tequila and simply lemonade with raspberry.
Ooh, come through with the tequila.
Ooh, that sounds refreshing.
Aye.
Right, that sounds refreshing. Cheers like no other. Cheers to the new year. So, Brock, I'm actually going to swing it over to you, boo. What are we doing for 2023?
So, you know, usually New Year's comes around. Everybody got New Year's resolutions. They want to get into the gym. They want to save money. They want to do this. They want to do that. Some people go through with it. Some people don't. I'm kind of over New Year's resolutions, honestly, because, you know, they just never really stick. Something that I've noticed that people are doing are their ins and outs. What are you leaving in 2022 and what are you bringing into 2023, or just some energy that you want to keep around for the whole entire year? To give you a little like example of like what I got going on, the things that I wanted to leave in 2022 are number one, Krishan Rock and Blueface. I couldn't go anywhere without hearing about them. Everything I heard about them was against my own will. Going into number two, actually, we could just get rid of the whole Zeus network. We could just leave that in 2022. Yes, I had a subscription. Am I proud of it? Am I proud of it? No. Do I need to cancel it still? Yes. Number three, moving on. This is something that I feel like should have been left like maybe in like 2014, but people are still doing it. Taking a joke from a tweet and putting it in your status as if you thought of it yourself. That is so corny. Yeah. Please stop that. I can't. Oh, I don't know why that like irks me so bad. I'm just like, wow,
yes,
unoriginal. Please, that should have been left years ago, but people are still doing it, so I had to bring it up again. And
people are still doing it, and it's worse on TikTok because now they're like repeating it as if it's a thing. Like, that's not your story, bro. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Like, I see it on Twitter, and then a week later, Facebook gets it. I'm like, it wasn't even funny the first time around, but okay, y'all. And I want to give a dishonorable mention to warping your photos in Photoshop. We see it. We know what you're doing. You're not slick. If you got like a metal beam behind the photo and it's like warped, like we know what's going on. Like,
really crazy.
Right. So these are the ends of 2023 for me, things that I want to either do or just keep around. Number one, using skincare products morning and night, staying in a routine. Now, I'm not necessarily saying like I'm not washing myself. I'm saying just like keeping up with it, like washing my face every morning, washing my face before I go to bed, just keeping up with little things like that. That kind of goes a long way. Going into number two, tongue scrapers. If you don't have one, please get one. Please scrub your tongue. Please brush your tongue. I don't know why that has to be said. I don't think anybody else is not doing that. But you know,
a lot of people don't do that.
They don't do that. A lot of a lot of male crickets out there don't do it. There's a lot of discourse on like not washing their legs or washing their ass or scraping their tongue.
Yeah.
Just that could be another whole episode in itself.
Yeah.
Number 3, telling your employer they ain't shit. No, I'm not saying fight with your boss or like, you know, cuss everybody out in the office, but you know what? These games are for 2 players. If they got something to say it right back.
Per my last email.
Yeah, exactly.
Period.
And then an honorable mention, treating yourself. Just treat yourself. Like, we're not here for a long time, but we are here for a good time. And you know what? If you want to splurge a little bit on yourself, there's nothing wrong with that. So those are my ins and outs of 2023. Leaving 2022, going into 2023. I mean, we are here now. But I would like to hear what you guys got going on as well.
Yeah, so I'll go first. Actually, I really enjoy the fact that it's like I haven't seen any like new year, new me. 2023 gonna be my year. I think 2022, 2021 humbled the fuck out of a lot of people. Because I ain't seen it nowhere. I ain't seen that damn girl walking on the fucking stairs. I actually saw her sitting down on the stairs. I am glad that was left in 2021 because I didn't want to see it. For sure, the one thing that I really hope that people leave in 2022 is Megan and Tori and Kelsey. I'm over it. He got found guilty. Some people do owe her an apology though, because she did get shot. Y'all was saying she didn't get shot at all. Shorty got shot, so y'all owe her an apology. But I just hope we leave that whole drama.
I was invested. I ain't gonna lie. I was invested real bad.
Man, it was too much for me, but I hope it gets left in 22. I pray I don't see not another damn post. One thing that I know won't get left in 2022, but I want it to be left in 2022 is false stories from Shade Room. I actually hate them. The Shade Room makes my ass itch. I do not like false journalism. Like, make sure you got all your ducks in a row and have all your information before you just put a random ass story out there. Like, it just be so weird. So I pray on that. And then the other thing I hope that people leave in 2022 is claiming that everybody hating on them just because you can't take criticism. I can criticize you when I hate on you. Like, I can tell you that I feel like you can do this better without being considered a hater. Like, where did that logic come from? So I hope those things get left in 2022. But I'm with you, Broc. In 2023, I hope that I continue to be consistent with my skincare because bitch is glowing, and I want it to stay that way.
Yes.
Period. I want to in the same sense of leaving hate, like that hater mindset in 2022, I want to be more acceptable or accepting of people giving me criticism, because I am very protective of my babies, and whether that be the podcast or my friends or my child, I don't take criticism where I get real protective or like, you know, I be ready, like defensive. So I'm praying that I can actually in 2023 like be better and be more accepting of those things. Also in 2023, I'm bringing in love because a bitch getting murked this year, and I'm gonna act out. Period. You hit me. What about you, Juan?
So 2022, I'm leaving it. I honestly want to leave social media in 2022. Honestly, I'm sick of the whole fake. People are just fake. And it's just I'm just tired of fakeness. People fake for social media, but then they living on somebody else's couch. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just
right.
Weird. It's weird.
Right.
I want to leave it all together. You know what I mean? Also want to leave adults that can't hold. They don't accept constructive criticism, but they don't like accountability. You know what I mean? Like that's my biggest pet peeve. But if we friends and I can't tell you, all right, bro, you know, you drinking too much, slow down on the drinking, and then we get into it about it. Come on, bro, you gotta go. You gotta leave you, and you gotta leave you in 2022. You just gotta go. Them my biggest two: social media and adults who can't hold themselves accountable. You know, we as friends and as people, we hold each other accountable. We try to, at least. You know, but when it comes to yourself, if you can't do it for yourself, you gotta go. 23, I'm taking positive energy with me. I just love being around positive people. I love being positive. I love laughing. If you can't make me laugh in 2023, we can't be too close. You gotta back off. Go on somewhere and learn some jokes. Tell me something. You know what I mean? I gotta get back in the gym. And I know like that's that cliche part. But man, this stomach
people way.
is getting out of control. So I gotta stay back consistent because I lost it. I stopped going. I ain't been to the gym in like 6 months. And
listen, I've been in them people way all week. Okay, and I don't care. I'm being their way again tomorrow.
Right.
I'm gonna be in your way.
It's taking my money. You gotta and I just gotta get back to it. And so that's my 22 or 23.
Yes.
Real energy and getting in the gym and working this belly out.
I love that, especially the accountability. I love the accountability because we too at our big grown ass ages. Yeah, we too big and grown to not be taking accountability for any of our actions.
Too old.
Okay, Miss Red. What about you, Gra?
Leaving in 2022, besides Krishan and Blueface.
The hell they go.
It's done. Let's talk about something else now. I'm over it. I don't want to hear nothing. That's a low vibration. You got a low vibration car. You got a low vibration. Leave it. Just stop, please. Besides that, there's nothing else that I really want to leave in 2022 because 22 was a good year for me. I had a baby. I got a new job, so that means new money. I got a new house. And literally 3 days after I signed for my house, I got a new car. So it's like 2022 was really good to me. So there's not too much that I want to leave. 2023, besides beginning with Capricorn season.
Yes, let them know.
I just want to become better financially because now, we got these new bills and things. I need to budget more. So I definitely want to do like budgeting and be better with my financials, being a better spouse, because now like with this house, I'm freshly living with someone outside of my parents. So it's like real new. It's been real new for 2 weeks. And like a better friend, a better mother, a better employee, so that I can get more raises and more abundance coming my way. That's about it.
I love it. Brock, I really like this segment because it definitely puts in perspective of like when you think about 2022, it definitely was fucking humbling. 2022 was a good year, but I feel like at the end of the year, it was definitely challenging for a lot of folks. And we was over it. Like by November, it was like, where the hell?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm glad
I've never seen so many rest in peace posts.
Yeah.
There was so many rest in peace posts. There was so much going on. I was like, oh my goodness, like I'm gonna stay in the house. I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Right.
Literally, like the last few days, like my sister's father passed away, my cousin's mother passed away the day after that. Like, it's been real.
It was too much at once. It's like, what's
right?
Oh, too much.
But speaking on what Miss Red said, let's go ahead and get into the relationship topic. I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip first, and then Dewan, I'm gonna let you take it away. So hold on 1 second. Let's get the clip.
Yep. I left her.
Oh, he kind of gagged her with that.
Broke. Let's see what your ass gonna be. Okay.
He kind of gagged her with that.
And that's the perfect response. Because ain't no way in hell you ain't work and how do you say? So so women working, cool. I love it. I feel like a woman work, a man work, we put that shit together and we can take over the world. You know what I'm saying? That whole, the man gotta work and I'm gonna sit at home and sit on my ass for years. That shit is annoying because if you don't work, and you sit at home on your ass and then I break my legs and I can't work, what the fuck we gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, and I get it, savings accounts and all of that, you can save all you want to. But if I can no longer work, how are we gonna survive? And that's the biggest thing. And he like, nigga, you ain't worked in a couple years, and you want me to pay 200, you want me to pay 250, like you not even putting nothing in this. You want me to pay 250,000? Hell no. He tweaked on the whole City Hall thing. Like, nah, ain't no woman gonna do nothing like that.
Did he?
Like, we ain't gonna do that.
Okay, wait, Broc, what you gotta say about this? Because I know at one point in your life, in your timeline, marriage was something that you were
Okay, to kind of piggyback off what Dewan was saying, when it's like you're just kind of sitting at home, not doing anything, I think that this really does a disservice to yourself because you're not building any skill set. You're not really like becoming a better person. You're not growing. You're kind of stifling yourself. When it comes to the whole, I'm sorry, he gagged her at the end with that. That shit was so funny. But I just think like, why are you putting so much money into like a couple hours? Like literally, weddings last for like a couple of hours, and that's it. It's done. It's a wrap. There's no return on investment. You won't get anything. You might get some wedding gifts from it. Some people give you money, this, that, or whatnot. But it's not really like a longevity thing. And I just like, I mean, I don't know what show this came from, so I don't really know the context of it all. But
it's Love and Hip Hop.
You gotta know the context.
Okay.
It's
I thought it was Love and Hip Hop. I wasn't sure which city it was from. But the whole I think it's crazy spending that much money on a wedding. Like, I'm not saying that they need to have like a courthouse wedding or they need to have something super small, but you could really put that money in. So you could invest that money, buy land with that money. There's so much you can do with that.
He said, like, we gonna invest. If we gonna spend 250, it's gonna be an investment. We ain't finna put all that. And my wedding was expensive. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wild to me. And
my wedding it wasn't close to 250, but it was expensive. It was 28,000. But that was for everything. But with our families, we got everything back from not with gifts, but like cards and money and all of that. Like every dime we spent, we got it all back. I mean, they rich and wealthy, got rich friends. Maybe they'll get $250,000 back, but I don't think so.
Okay, Kia.
Okay, so listen to me. I'm 50-50 on it, but I watched the season and prior seasons, so I feel sis. I definitely feel sis when she say, I'm not a City Hall bitch, because period, I'm not. We need a wedding. But I feel like, and this is just my opinion from watching all the seasons, I feel like she feels that she's deserving because of the infidelity, the betrayal, the hurt, like all the stuff that he put her through. It's like, nigga, you owe me type shit. And it's like, granted, I feel like 250 is excessive, but the type of people they are in that industry, you on TV, you making X amount of money, if he making money, because I ain't never heard of him before. But I feel like she's thinking like, you owe me because of the embarrassment and the infidelity and all the stuff that you put me through. And I think they've been together at least like 10, 15 years. And it's like, all this time you've been doing ABC and not trying to marry me. Like, you owe me since you want to marry me. And then you want to talking about City Hall. Like, what? After 15 years, I get City Hall?
I can
After
definitely,
your lies, you're deceiving. But that's just my opinion. So I feel like, don't go to no City Hall, but it's like, I feel like $250 is excessive.
Okay, I'm going to lean into this mic.
Mm-hmm.
She a fucking goofy. And that's the end of the whole conversation. I actually did watch these old episodes. I don't watch this shit no more, but I did watch the old episodes. She's a fucking goofy. And that's what it boils down to. Bitch, he done cheated on you 11 times.
He don't want you, sis.
Okay? You didn't have all these nigga kids. Here it is 15 years later, and now you mad about the wedding. Bitch, you should have been mad 10 years ago when he was year 5.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? You're a fucking goofy. And I don't care what nobody say. Everybody think I'm crazy. But there is a timeline that I'm going to stay with someone before I leave. What am I supposed to be, your girlfriend forever? No. You're gonna either marry me or I'm going to move on. Like, that's the end of the conversation. So she's a fucking goofy. $250,000. I don't give a damn how famous, rich you are. It is excessive. It doesn't matter how much you're gonna get back on that. It's excessive. I'm not saying that because of the lifestyle that they live, I can understand her wanting that. But baby girl, he's already shown you your worth. Why are you expecting to get it in the wedding?
Yeah.
He shows you what you was worth to him. So what is really good?
A piece of paper.
That part, like, thank you. And see, that's the other thing. People don't understand that, like, marriage doesn't fix the problems in your foundation, right? If my foundation ain't solid, my house gonna still fucking crumble open and fall. Your foundation fucked up. So you think marrying him gonna make the foundation be fixed? It's not.
But you gotta think,
sis, you're
think
goofy.
That though.
She's a fucking goofy. Couldn't have been me.
People
and I'm gonna
think
say this:
marriage
the
is
one
gonna
right
fix
like a
up just like they
motherfucker.
think
Weddings
they-
expensive as right. And I saw some comments on these posts. Some people was like, you know, weddings expensive. Weddings expensive. Weddings are expensive. And coming from somebody who ain't making $250,000 a goddamn year, just the damn venue by itself, just the venue. This includes nothing else. Was $8 weeks. Just the venue. This ain't the food, the liquor, the DJ, nothing. Just the venue. So the shit is expensive. And truth be told, if it wasn't for my family and his family, I definitely would have went to the courthouse. Fuck this shit. I'm gonna go to the courthouse. I'll throw y'all a party next year, and I'm gonna pop out some babies and go sit the fuck down. Cause that's the end of the, like, I don't understand. Like, it's
expensive.
It's expensive.
And then the people that
I'm not saying spend absurd amount of money, but I'm not only going to the courthouse. I want the wedding.
Yeah, and most women, you know, they be like, I want the wedding. I want the wedding. We gonna have a wedding. Yeah, you know, a woman, I would have minded going to the courthouse. I wouldn't care. But you know, most women be like, no, I want the dress. I want, you know, they want the glam. They want it all. You know, cool. That's fine. Like, let's do it. I'm with it. But it's like, it's so expensive, and people don't understand that.
It's so expensive, and then on top of that, the people that you fucking invite feel like they supposed to be getting 6+1s and don't bring shit. Kiss my ass. I'm gonna say something. If it was not for my grandmother, Lord rest her soul, and if it wasn't for my fiance being so close to his family, I would not have had a wedding. I would not have given a fuck about a wedding. We can have 2 separate parties in 2 different cities and it been cool, kicking it. Don't worry about it, because it's just, I would have rather bought a house. The amount of money that we're getting ready to spend on this, I would have rather bought our house right now. Like, we could have been moving to our home.
Mm-hmm.
We have a home, but I would have rather been. We could have been to a big home. Like, give me a big house. I would have rather been doing that.
It's so expensive, man. And then, like you said, people in them +1s. Tamara was doing somebody's hair, and the lady asked her, you know, do I get a +1? She specifically told the lady no. You know, like, no, we don't have no more room. Why did this lady pull up to the wedding with the +1? I made her stand at the door. I made her stand at the door until everybody sat down. And her and a +1, I made sure that lady sat on the other side of the room. My cousin told me he missed his flight. Flight got canceled, Southwest ass, and he couldn't make it. So that was the seat that she got, all the on the other side. And I made sure. I said, she was like, DeJuan, where my +1 sitting? She's sitting at my table. I said, no, because you don't have a +1. So you stand there and wait until everybody sit down. I don't play that shit like that. That shit. And then didn't bring a gift. You know what I'm saying?
And that be the thing.
I'm not the person. I don't care for all of that gifts, and you ain't got about me nothing. But you come in here with a guest and still don't bring a gift? Come on, lady, you gotta go. Like, it's a wrap. So if you don't get invited to nothing I have, nothing.
Immediately.
Don't even get invitation.
Immediately. Listen, I am going to share this clip on our social media. I'm gonna share it on my social media at Cubana Kiss, on all social media, but I'm also gonna share it on our website. I want to hear what y'all gotta say. We got new ways for you to interact on our website. You can leave a voicemail and let us know how you feel. So we would love to hear that. And we'll be right back after our Black Business of the Week. And we're going to get into the Best Man final chapter, because we got a couple things we want to say about a couple clips. Yeah. And we'll get back to you. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Woo, child. Y'all know what time it is. It's definitely time for that Business of the Week.
Y'all, the business of the week this week is a Chicago-based business, but she travels everywhere. You hear me? From Chi-Town to LA to Vegas, Hair Gassm is where you want to go. From bundles to braids to silk presses, ladies, she got you. Check Hair Gassm out at hairgassm.as.me for your appointment. All right, y'all, welcome back. Make sure you support our business of the week. I will definitely be posting their content and how you can support them on my social media at Cubana Kiss, also on our website at cubanakiss.com. But also, if you're listening to this on your favorite podcast site, if you click the little read more, you will be able to see all of the information for our Black Business of the Week. And if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and hit the description, baby, and it's going to have all the links for you. Now, we're going to get into this Best Man final chapter. We're going to get into 2 viral scenes that have went insane. So if you have not finished the series, I'm letting you know, spoiler motherfucking alert. I don't want to hear nothing about you didn't know it was a spoiler. It's a spoiler alert. So we're going to first get into this first clip about gender. So I'm going to go ahead and play this clip for y'all.
What the fuck is non-binary?
Oh, did LJ tell you? And it's non-binary. LJ doesn't ascribe to the same gender binary that we cis people do.
Wait, who are you calling a cis?
Cis as in cisgender.
What the fuck is a cisgender?
Do you remember when Prince changed his name to a symbol and he identified with the masculine and the feminine? It's kind
Stop it right there, actually, because I just thought it was a great point. She's the godmother. So if you didn't watch the series, LJ was just a football player's oldest son, his namesake. And he had came out as non-binary, which he did not subscribe to both either male or female pronouns. And he confided in his godmother and told her that. Damn, they're gonna eat me up because I keep seeing they confided into in their godmother and told her that, and she did not know how to handle it. Should I tell his dad? Should I allow them to tell their dad? So it was just like real messy. Then everybody started finding out, and everybody knew but Lance, pretty much. The person who needed to know didn't know. No. With that being said, the conversation I want to have, one is, as the godmother, do you all feel like she should have told Lance?
I don't think she should have told him, like, hey, this is what's going on. I feel like she should have had a conversation with him, like, you need to talk to LJ. You know what I'm saying? Like, something like that. But she shouldn't have told what was happening. My goddaughter called me all the time telling me stuff, and I don't tell her parents, but I hit him like, I talked to her today. Y'all need to have a conversation with him. You know what I'm saying? Because like sometimes, like LJ, kids don't all the time feel comfortable talking to their parents. You know what I mean? So they find somebody who they're comfortable with, and it's up. And
that's why you shouldn't tell them.
Yeah, and it's like you're the godmother, so you're supposed to be that middleman. You know what I'm saying, between the child, God, and the parents. You know what I'm saying? And so she should have had the conversation with Lance, like, yo, you need to have a conversation with them. I just think so hard to say that, but you gotta conversation because you need to talk. LJ needs to talk, and that's where she should have went with it.
Broc, I want to bring you into the conversation. Mainly, all of our listeners know you're part of the LGBTQIA+ community.
Alphabet Mafia.
Alphabet Mafia, gang. So what are your thoughts on this as far as the non-binary and, people just saying like, I don't feel like I identify with male or female. What are your thoughts on like this whole situation and how it played out?
So for the context of this situation and the movie, I agree with Dewan. I don't think that was not necessarily her right to say anything, but it just wasn't her story to tell. But there is a way that you could just be like, hey, I think that there's some attention that you need to give to your child. They can tell you once they're comfortable. Everybody's got their own kind of, especially like in this community, everybody's got their own coming out story, and you don't want somebody else to tell your story for you. And that's even just going outside of that realm, like anything that's going on in your life, like you should be the one to relay that to people. You shouldn't have anybody else try and tell your story for you. As far as just like the community, non-binary, I think just let people be themselves. Like if somebody is feeling like they want to be a woman one day, that's fine. If they want to be a man one day, I don't like, it doesn't bother me. I don't really care what you do. For me, like I mostly like I identify as a cis male. Like I just like doing just things as a man, but do I lean into like some feminine qualities and traits? Yeah. I mean, when I'm like with my friends, where I kiki ha ha, this, that, and whatnot. It's just like fun. But I just think just do whatever you want and do whatever makes you happy. There is like a gray area in these situations where you see a person and you might assume their gender. I actually always try and make it a focus to just say they for everybody, regardless. How you might identify. I just want to come correct. I don't like, first of all, I don't even like mispronouncing anyone's name, let alone I want to get someone's gender wrong. So I just really try and come correct when it comes to people. So I try to say they for everybody. But once you confide in me and tell me how you want to identify, then I'll go into that. But you get these people that get so up in arms about identification. And for instance, people like Sam Smith, for example. Sam Smith, he identifies as non-binary, but you'll have people that still call him he online, and people will like jump to his defense and like, he identifies as this. Blah. Some people just don't know. You can't yell at somebody if they don't know something. You have to properly educate them. You have to properly just be like, hey, just so you know, Sam Smith doesn't identify as he's non-binary, instead of just being like, how dare you say anything about they're good. This is I can't stand it when people get so up in arms about it. If I do see you as one way, it's not that it's because I'm trying to misgender you or anything. It's just I don't know who you are, and it's just what you look like to me and the time being. But once you educate me and let me know, then I'll make the conscious effort to actually repair anything that I've ever done or said, or we can be good with it. But I don't like it when people get kind of a backlash for misgendering, because sometimes it really doesn't come out of a place of ignorance. It comes out of a place of I genuinely didn't know.
Right. What about you, Kia?
I feel like as long as they're not talking about committing suicide or killing anybody, then you should just keep it to yourself, because children are really sensitive and they don't really know what to do with their feelings or how to act on what they're feeling. So I feel like if you break that trust, then it can go 360 left. It can go so much left that it's no point of return. So I feel like as long as they confide in you and they're not talking about killing themselves, like I said, then it's just keep it to yourself, because they trusted you enough to tell you and not their parents. So it's you gotta kind of keep that secret, the pinky promise thing.
Yeah. So for me, was definitely very much so Quentin, which is Terrence Howard's character. LJ non-binary. I was definitely ignorant. What the fuck? What the hell you talking about this? Yeah. Male and female. I was definitely what in the hell is they?
And it's so
plural.
crazy.
Them is plural.
It's so crazy. Me and my sister had a conversation before the week before the series came out about this topic. And I was telling her how I did. She was explaining it to me because I didn't know. I just didn't know. And she was explaining it to me. I was like, oh, okay, I'd never heard of it. And then the series came out and she was like, Dewan, when you get to episode 4, you're going to fall out. And I'm like, what? And I get there and I'm like, wow, because and now it just taught me even more, because I swear I was Terrence Howard. I even made a post. I made a post before the episode came, the series came out. I made a post on Facebook I don't understand. Can y'all is it multiple personalities? tell me, like, explain it to me, because I was so confused.
Mm-hmm.
I promise. And then the show came out. It was
Yeah,
like, wow.
so for me, it was I was definitely Quentin. Didn't understand it. Didn't exactly understand. And this is coming from somebody who went to a very artsy school where gay was not of the norm for me. Like, I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, but it was for understand that it's deeper than gay. It has nothing to do with the sexual preference, but everything to do with how they feel on the inside. And that's where I had to connect the dots, because for me, it was like, what? They is plural, them is plural, there is plural. So do I say y'all? Like, I was literally like very confused. When I got it, right? I started a new job. I work with someone. They are non-binary. I say a lot of girl, child, please, da. Not in an ignorant way, but that's just how I talk. I talk real flamboyant. And I had to go back to them and apologize. One, because I didn't know that they identified that way, but I also wanted you to know that I'm not being disrespectful to you either. I'm not being disrespectful to what you're requesting. All you're requesting is that you don't specify a gender when speaking with me. That's it. I'm not saying that's not my name. I'm not saying anything of the sort, but she, he, her, and whatever, like, that does not identify with me. So once I got that understood, I was like, oh, okay. And I like how they had Nia Long's character explain it. Like, do you remember when Prince changed his name? So that was the perfect explanation.
Perfect. Yeah.
I was like, okay, best to me. Now there is one more clip I want to get into.
Can I just say one more thing?
Yeah.
I just want to say, for you and Dewan, I want to just like thank you guys both for like actually making a conscious effort to like learn, instead of just like sitting in any ignorance and being like, well, it don't make sense to me, so I don't want to learn it. Like, you actually like went forth and was like, yo, just like put it in layman's terms for me, and then I can understand, and then from that understanding I can grow from it and learn for next time when I meet somebody that is non-binary or meet somebody that's within the community. I really appreciate y'all for doing that. Some people don't even take those necessary steps, so like kudos to y'all. So thank you for that.
I do think too, though, it boils down to like as a Black person, if I ask you not to call me nigga, I just expect you not to call me nigga. Like, that's the end of the conversation, right? So I feel like if you ask me not to call you she or he, then I should just respect not to call you she or he. Now, I would like explanation, just like they asked for explanation. Like, well, why can't I say nigga? Well, I'm going to give you the whole history of why you can't say
right, yeah.
But that's just what it is. And not to, one is very much so very derogatory, but others feel like you are disrespecting what I'm requesting. And so, that's just how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd rather know what's going on. Now, if I continue to still be ignorant, and that's, y'all deserve to cuss me the fuck out after that. But from there, I was like, whatever.
Because I was so confused, and I made that post like, can y'all explain it to me? Like, is it like, do you got like two people in your head? Like, I was
the one made that post, and them people in them comments was pissing me the fuck off, because I could tell the one was serious about the post.
Yeah, I was dead at.
No one took him serious. Everybody like, you finna go back to Facebook jail, my boy? Like, what is you doing?
I'm like, answer the question. And then somebody did answer it finally. And then he messaged me, and we had a dialogue about it. I'm like, oh, okay. I started to get it, and then they broke it down on the show. And I'm like, okay, now I really get it. You know what I mean? Like, that whole Prince thing was like that was it.
Chef's kiss. It was perfect. Now let's get into the parenting side of the show. There was a lot of different episodes and scenes. Robin's character in this whole series made my motherfucking ass itch, which was Sanaa Lathan's character. She was definitely going through like an identity crisis throughout the whole show. You could definitely see it. You could see it from the very first episode where she was going through it. She did a fellowship in Ghana where she kind of learned about the food and opened up her own like a pop-up shop type restaurant, and then decided afterwards that she was moving to Ghana. But not that only she was moving to Ghana, that she was taking her child to Ghana, and she also filed for divorce. With that, Tay Diggs' character decided that he was going to file for custody, and this is what that clip kind of gives us here.
Taken since then has been selfish.
That thing got real.
That scene got real. Now, I chose this scene particularly. Obviously, everyone knows that I'm a parent. Dewan's a parent. The only person that's not a parent is Broc. Broc said, I'm out here living my motherfucking best life. Fuck you,
Yes.
kids.
No, none anytime soon. I love kids. Don't get me wrong, I love them, but I'm more of like an uncle vibe.
I love it. The reason I chose that scene in particular, that scene actually went viral via TikTok. It was insane. But I chose that because I feel like a lot of people were bashing Harper, which is Tay Diggs' character, in the sense that, like, how dare you file for custody because he wants to take your child to Ghana. And then I'm sitting there confused because I'm like, how dare she want to take their kid to Ghana? Like, I am thoroughly confused as a mom, as someone who has to co-parent. I co-parent very well. I have never like really wanted to leave Chicago, and I know that if I wanted to, the conversation between me and my child's father would be there for us to kind of figure it out and how it would work. But it's like there was no conversation between Robin and Harper. I'm moving to Ghana and I'm taking our daughter with you and sign these divorce papers is how it went. There was never a conversation. So how did she think that he was just going to go along with that? I know Kia's mothering right now, but Dewan, you know, how did that make you? Like, how would you feel as a dad if your wife just came and was like, I'm getting a divorce, sign these papers, and I'm going to move our daughter to motherfucking Antarctica? Figure it out.
Y'all ever seen the movie? It was a Lifetime movie back in the day called Not Without My Daughter. That's what made me so. It was I think the Arabic culture. He married an American woman. They had a baby. He wanted to go back to India to see his family and everything.
He kidnapped the daughter.
He took the daughter, and she had to find the daughter because he wanted to stay in India. She wanted to move back, and it was not without my daughter. I ain't going. And so it was crazy, but I would go crazy, and that's from, and that's just if she tried to take my daughter. So I have a son. He's 5. I haven't seen him in 4 years, because me and my ex-girlfriend broke up, and she got upset and she just took him. And so, you know, going through the whole custody thing. So I felt Harper, I promise, because like I wanted to throw my TV off the wall when she said she was moving to Ghana. You know what I mean? Like it boiled my blood when she said that, because that's what I've been going through now. You know what I mean? And it's a whole different type of feeling that you get when it comes to your kids. Y'all got kids, so you would go to the end of the earth for your child. You know what I mean? And like, like what you say? Ooh, child. How you say it?
Ooh, child. Now, Broc, as a product of, I don't want to say broken home, because you don't have any children, but your parents aren't together. Mm-hmm. So what would be your thought process? Like, obviously you grown now, but like you had 2 different households. So like, what do you think your process is as a child, knowing that you won't see that person that raised you? Like, I'm raised by you.
I mean, I guess it's a little different for me. My parents, like, my mom moved like 5 minutes away from my dad, so they co-parented very well, and we just bounced back from house to house, with like, with, you know, no problem. That's a tough one, because this is just not a household that I've grown up in, so I can't really relay that messaging back. But I really like, with the context of the clip and watching like Tay Diggs' character, because actually like I didn't even know that was the context, because I watched the clip when you sent it, and I just thought everybody was like, why are they ganging up on him? And now I kind of see like, oh, he's fighting everybody in this room because of his children. And like, that's your child. You're gonna do whatever it takes, and you're gonna fight tooth and nail. So I actually kind of like really relate to him, like if I was to have a child, like watching that. I mean, I don't know. I didn't see the series. I'm sorry, so I don't know the outcome. But no, damn, that's
the outcome of it pissed me the fuck off. But I do want to get Kia's take.
I was so mad.
Yeah, I was very mad. We will talk about the end of it. I do want to get Kia's take. I know you got Jaxie Waxy in your hands, but we don't care.
I was the parent that left. Because I don't know if y'all know, of course you know. I used to live in Dallas for 2 years, and that's where Libby came from. Me and her dad wasn't getting along, so I was like, and left. So I didn't ask him what he thought. I didn't question. I was just like, oh, I don't want to be here no more. Mom, Dad, come get me. And was up. So
I do think that in that instance, though, Dallas back to Chicago is not Dallas to Ghana. It's not Dallas to fucking France or Italy. Like, that's some completely different shit.
And they don't know nothing but Texas. And not that Southwest got $30 tickets round trip from Dallas to Chicago. Mm-hmm. They don't make that effort. It's kind of like being in Ghana. So, leave, sis. Yeah. Get on that flight.
Right. I feel like, and that's what I was saying. Like, I feel like if I call my son's father right now, I was like, hey, you know, me and my husband were thinking about moving to wherever. Like, he's so cool and laid back. He just kind of like, okay, so I get him on spring break, summer. What about holidays? How we gonna do holidays? Like, for us, is because I feel like because we had our son so young that we grew up together. We grew up with our child, and so for us, it's like, well, I didn't have my dad and he didn't have his dad, so I'd be damned if my child doesn't have either parent, right? So for us, we gonna figure it out. Yeah. Now the end, Broc, the end pissed me off so bad because Harper just didn't fight. He withdrew his custody claim, and he pretty much just let her go to Ghana with their child. He was like 3 years later. You know, he was a Pulitzer award winner for one of his books and everything. And Robin made sure that she sent her daughter there for him to just have that support and to see her. But pretty much that was the end of it. Like, he just withdrew it. I just know she needs her mom, and pretty much everybody ganged up on him to make him change his mind.
I see why Playboy said he hated the ending.
Yeah, the ending was fucked up. Like, the ending pissed me off.
Yeah, and I'm like, he felt the change of heart because the little girl gave the burger to the homeless man. We could have did that every weekend. I don't care. It's not happening. Like, he like, I don't want her to lose her heart. Fuck all that. No, you're not going to Ghana. I'm sorry. I stopped the airplane. Period. I'm putting drugs in your bag. Something happening, and you're not going to
Petty.
You're not going to Ghana.
I know a plug if you need
it. We missed my goodness. This conversation.
Right. You feel me? Listen, I love y'all so much, and I do appreciate the conversation that we had today. And so before we get out of here, I definitely want to say, make sure that you support our Black-owned business of the month. Like, share, support in whichever way you can. If it's financially, great, and if you can only share on Instagram, that's great too. And I'm gonna start with Miss Kia. Girl, how can the people get in touch with you if they want to?
First off, y'all can visit nosweatbyk.com, get you some merch. My Instagram, Kia the Bully. Yes. I feel like I go through this all the time. My Instagram is Kia the Bully.
That's what it is. And Dewan, what about you?
So y'all can go to my website. It's blackculturereserve.com. It's long, but y'all will get there. blackculturereserve.com. And on Facebook and Instagram, it's just Black Culture Reserve. So y'all can get me on there. Like, follow, subscribe, share, everything y'all do.
Absolutely. And who? Broc James. How can I get in contact with you, boo?
You can find me on Instagram at Broc James, Twitter at Broc James _, and actually on TikTok at Broc James as well too. I pretty much go by Broc James everywhere. And I just love to interact with people. So if you do follow me, please message me, send me funny shit, memes, videos, you name it. I just love to just be out here in these internet streets wilding out. So that's where you can find me.
His content is hilarious. Make sure y'all follow his content. His content is hilarious. I love his rating videos. They are hilarious. And y'all already know how y'all can reach me. I am at Cubana Kiss on everything: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, whatever. There's a social media. There is your girl. You can also go to our website, CubanaKiss.com, so you can catch up on all the old episodes and this one. Okay. So until next time, TTYL. Mwah.
All right, see y'all.
Y'all later.